April's job numbers came in, and they are way weaker than expected, falling about 70,000 short of what economists predicted. And on top of that, unemployment actually rose to 3.9%. Now remember, Bidenomics is the centerpiece of Joe's campaign. There's literally nothing else he could run on. He's been trying to convince us that the economy is as strong as an ox, but the numbers tell a very different story. Here's Trump's plan from today on turning things around.
The job numbers just came out and they're horrible. And I say that not happily, I say that very unhappily. My plan for jobs is to drill, baby, drill, to bring energy down, to close up the border, to get rid of all the criminals that are being allowed into our country.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. Sounds like it would help wages too. Well, the Presidential Medal of Freedom is the highest honor a civilian can receive in our country. Ronald Reagan presented the medal to Mother Teresa. Bill Clinton awarded one to Rosa Parks. Trump gave one to Elvis Presley and Babe Ruth. Well, today, Joe awarded 19 people with the Presidential Medal of Freedom, or as he calls it, the Presidential Freedom of Medal.
Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow Americans, I congratulate the Presidential Freedom Medal recipients and their families.
Biden decided to give the Freedom of Medal to some of our favorites. Nancy Pelosi, Al Gore, John Kerry, and Mike Bloomberg. How did these people earn the highest honor in the land? Well, they've dedicated their careers to kneecapping freedom in pursuit of their own self-interests. Al Gore and John Kerry spent their careers killing our economy with government-funded climate junk while they got rich. Bloomberg created a nanny state in New York regulating what you can eat and drink. No big gulps for you. Doesn't sound a lot like freedom. And Nancy Pelosi's lifelong politician, as you know, with the perfectly timed stock trades. Why did she get a medal? Well, January 6th.
On January 6th, Nancy stood in the breach and defended democracy. With her husband, Paul, they stood up to extremism with absolute courage. History will remember you, Nancy, as the greatest Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Rachel Campos-Duffy is the co-host of Fox and Friends Weekend and the perfect guest for this. Rachel, I thought you might have some suggestions and reactions.
I do have some suggestions, but first I want to say I hadn't thought about the Medal of Freedom until the last time I thought about it was Rush Limbaugh. Remember when he got it?
Yep.
This was a man who truly loved freedom, loved America. I don't think Joe Biden could have picked three,
What
four
is the freedom
people
of medal?
more,
So freedom of medal is a
or
little
the freedom
different.
of medal.
So maybe that's what it is.
Maybe that's the issue, because these are the people most committed to taking away your freedom and destroying the American way of life. These are elitists. I mean, think about Rush. He was the man of the people, a Midwesterner that could connect with everybody. These are millionaires, billionaires in the case of Bloomberg, who don't care that their caviar climate agenda is ruining, the economy. They don't care. They're killing American jobs. They're killing American energy. It doesn't matter to them. So this is actually very on brand, Pete, with this administration, because let's face it, they have totally alienated themselves from the middle class, and they pick these recipients who don't give a damn about the working class or the middle class. And they're so bad, Pete, even those coddled, protesters hate Joe Biden and all of these recipients.
I've known about him for a while, and I haven't really known how to go about talking about it until today. Mainly the thing I'm going to talk to you about is going to blow your mind. Concentration camps in America for Americans. It's coming. I've talked about that. I want to talk to you about that bill. It's H.R. 645. You can look it up. It was introduced. Basically states that they're going to take away our rights and round us up for concentration camps. And again, you can Google that. I've got a link posted to everything right under this video. Right underneath this video, you can see all these links. And then I want to talk to you about FEMA coffins. They're real. As you can see here, I've got pictures of them. There's videos of them all over YouTube. Just look for FEMA coffins. You'll see that there's hundreds of thousands, I'd even say millions of these things laying empty. And I'll tell you, is a prior service to this country that the government does not spend this much money on stuff they don't use. Okay? They're planning on using this, and not later, sooner. Okay? And what I really want to talk to you about is going to really disturb you. Guillotines in America. That's right. They're legalizing cutting heads off again, and they're doing it in Georgia. Now this is going to be the slippery slope. They're going to do it here, and the reason they're doing it is to harvest organs. Because if you get killed in the electric chair, they can't harvest your organs. If you die in the gas chamber from lethal injection, again, they can't harvest your organs. And if you think that the government can't make a fortune off harvesting your organs, last time I checked, for a kidney alone, you can get $40,000. Imagine how much money is involved in that. It's good business, is what it is.